Hi everyone, I'm Shelby and I am the general manager here at the Yoga Shala in College Park, which is Orlando, Florida. And in addition to being the general manager, I also teach the mid-morning classes here from 8:30 to 11 a.m. every Monday through Friday. And I also teach Tuesday evenings from 5 to 7. I have been teaching here about 3 years, and I've been practicing off and on for 12 years, Ashtanga Yoga, but I would say most recently I've been practicing more consistently for about 5 or 6 years. In this video, I'm talking about having faith in the process. And what am I talking about? What process? I'm talking about the Ashtanga Vinyasa system or yoga system. First, I'm going to talk about one pose that I really love, and I'll tell you all the benefits of it. And then I'm also going to talk about another pose that was my first super challenging pose that I had to face and really trust in the process. So faith in the process, what do I mean by that? Really what I'm talking about is doing your work every single day, or at least 4 or 5 days a week, maybe 6 days a week. It's coming to the mat, it's having the discipline to just try. And that's the main thing, is just try the pose, keep in mind, all the little things that you're supposed to be doing in every pose, and take it slowly, okay? But just trust that by just doing that work over time, you've got the consistency, the discipline, and over a long period of time, you will notice the change in your poses. You'll get to a point where you're looking at yourself in this pose and you look back, several months and you think, wow, look how far I've really come. And that's because you've had faith in the process. And by doing all this work, you will notice changes in your body. So for instance, if your hips are not open right now and you can't sit in a lotus pose, it's okay, because by just doing that work, taking those little baby steps, every time you come to the mat, you will eventually get more open. And the other thing to keep in mind is don't compare yourself to the person next to you or the person up front who looks fabulous, or the person that you see on Instagram, because remember that you're just working with your body and you just want to see the change in your own self. Right? So for me, having faith in the process really meant just doing the work and not worrying about the outcome, kind of detaching from what it should look like. And so when I detached from the outcome of what I thought the pose should look like, I was just able to be content with where I was in the pose and just keep working with it and working with it. And it didn't matter if it took 2 years to get to where I thought maybe it should be. Just really having that contentment and that consistency, that discipline, it just really helped me to just say, it's okay. It's okay to be where I am in this pose, and that's all good because I'm still doing the work. Parsvottanasana, which came relatively easy for me, but I love it because, first of all, you've got the grounding of the feet, and that's super important in all of yoga, is just connecting with the earth, okay? So I love that, and the other part that I love is the stretch of the hamstring. It just feels so good. Some days it's super tight, but when you finally get down there and you just kind of relax into the pose and you feel that release of the hamstrings, it's so wonderful. I just feel like lengthening throughout my entire body, so that's why I love it. As well, I also love this pose, I feel like opening in the chest, because like so many people, so much of my day is spent like this. Hiding, covering, protecting the heart. So this is an opportunity to do something that's opposite, and it feels so good. So another reason that I like that pose is because I find it's sort of like a break in all the standing poses. You've got all the triangles, you've got the side angle poses, you've got the forward folds, the prasaritas, and that's a lot of work, okay? And then you've got this nice pose that just allows you to just open and breathe before you have to then attempt your balancing poses, which are always a challenge, no matter where you are. I feel like those are super challenging. Okay. So Bhujapadasana is completely a different story. I used to look around the room and see people doing this and think, there is no way that I will ever be able to get this pose. even just balancing on my hands or my arms, was kind of out of the question when I first started. I really had no upper body strength. I couldn't even do, a plank. It was ridiculous. But finally when I got up to the point of doing Parsvottanasana, I really took it slowly, and this is where I talk about having the faith, because I took it super slowly. I spent a lot of time on the first part, which is just balancing on your hands. So I just spent a lot of time like that, a lot of time like this. And as a matter of fact, that's when I took my break from the shala, where life got in the way and I had to take maybe a 2-year break where I was practicing from home, and I was I was working on that pose for all that time, where I was just learning to just balance on my hands and support the weight of my body, just using my hands. So I really did not push that pose. Then where the fear came in was that fold forward. And I was super fearful. I can't even describe it in words how scared I was that I was just gonna fall on my face, that I did not have the strength. I thought it was completely impossible. But again, I did have faith and just said, all right, just do a little bit at a time. And so maybe I would just lower a little bit one day. And just do that, lower a teeny bit. And maybe even for months I just did that. And then maybe just lower a little bit, and gradually over time, I got to the point where I felt comfortable to lower as much as I do. But really there was just all that fear, and I think it was just not pushing myself too much too soon, and just having faith that the little work that I'm doing every day will, in the end, give me a positive result. Yeah, so I had that fear of falling on my face while I was lowering down in Parsvottanasana. I thought, for sure, I'm going to break my nose, I'm going to knock out some teeth or something, and I imagine the worst case scenario. So then there were a couple times where I was lowering and I might have felt like I was going to fall, and all of a sudden I pulled myself back up and everything was okay. And I didn't fall on my face. So I realized that, okay, I can do this. I can lower down, and if I feel like I'm losing it, I have the confidence to come back up before I do that fall. And so that actually was a super confidence builder. Thank you for watching. Hope you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel here, and also like our video, share it with friends if you can, and also comment below. Tell us what pose came easily for you and why, and then also what pose is most challenging for you and why. Is there fear? Is there something that's frustrating? Just let us know down below. And then also hit the little button, the little bell, so that you can get notified when we have new videos coming out. And then also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our newsletter, where you can get all sorts of tutorials and recipes and interesting information about what's going on at the Yoga Shala for locals, but really good stuff.